What's going on YouTube? It's Dan again from One Man's Waste, and today I'm going to do a little video where we're going to recover some tantalum capacitors off of some server boards. Actually, the server board I showed you in that intro video for this channel. So let's just switch over to the other view here. So here's the server board, and these tantalum caps are made a little bit different than traditional caps. Like you'd see these aluminum ones like this. That's obviously those are aluminum and not tantalum, but if I can get close enough here, sometimes you will see these right here, this yellow guy in the center. There we go. And what you'll typically see is a line. Now these can be in black or yellow or I suppose any other color. But there'll be a stripe on one side. That's important to know. And the other thing that's important to know with these is that there's only going to be 2 leads. So if you see more than 2 leads or not a line, the line represents a plus. Sometimes they're in another shape too. They'll look like a teardrop, and I don't have any examples of that handy. I'll show that in another video at some point. But if you get confused, one thing too that you can look at is these boards will typically identify things. Like if we see this one here, where it says C914, so we know that it's a capacitor, and it's got 2 legs, and it's got that striped line on one side. So we know that that one is in fact tantalum. So what I kind of do is, there's a bunch on this board, and you can really just, they pick right off generally. So I just go through, and it only takes a minute really to grab these off the board. Tantalum adds up quite quick. I was looking around for scrap prices for these things, and the other day I found some places that were paying in the neighborhood of $15 a pound. Sometimes it's more, sometimes it's less. So it's definitely worth saving them up. I did one of these boards earlier, and I yielded at the time from that board something like 8 grams of these caps just from one board. So consider, I did the math, and I guess I could do the math for you guys on a video sometime, but basically that comes out to, on this board, I think it worked out to about 40 cents worth of tantalum caps just in the one board. So if you're processing a ton of e-waste, this is going to add up quite quickly. There's a couple in here that are going to be a little bit harder for me to get to. Oh, I guess not. They popped right off for me. I tried to sell this board on eBay first, but this particular server board is old enough that it didn't really have apparently any value. Yeah, that one was wedged in there. So we've got that. I think that's all the yellow ones. So then if we look a little bit closer, you're also going to see there's one right by that VGA port. They are marked 150-01 T5. Those are again 2-legged, marked. You see the bottom one there marked C932. So we know it's a cap. We know that it's got 2 legs and is marked. That line is marked as the positive side. So those are also tantalum. So we know that we have some black ones on here. And there's 2 of those. And there's one over here that I just took from next to, that was right there. I'm probably going to miss a few of these. But there's one here. There's a couple stuck way back here by the memory slots. There's probably more. I'm having a hard time looking between the board and the phone to make sure that I'm still getting good video. So I apologize for any maybe shakiness. I've got a tripod coming that'll be here Saturday, and this will be a bit better quality after that. But so I think we're getting close to the end. I'm just gonna give this a once over. There's a couple. We'll just pop those off. Okay. So that's the pile that I got from this server board. And bear with me for just a minute. Now somebody's pulling in, of course. And it's possible that I missed a couple, but let's move that board out of the way. And, okay. So we're gonna zero out the scale, and we are on grams. And we're just gonna zero this out with this container. Let's see what we got here. So anyways, I got 16 grams from just that one board. And so if you bear with me for just a second, I'll give you kind of an idea here. Tantalum is, like I said, it adds up quick. That took just a few seconds. So some 453 grams in a pound, I think. So that gives me, so we go 453 divided by 16. I'm sorry, I did that backwards. 16 divided by 453, that's grams in a pound. That tells me this percentage. We times that number by the amount of dollars you get per pound, which I saw 15 yesterday. So I'm getting 53 cents just for that couple of seconds worth. So again, that's about 50 cents worth, and they add up quite quick. So they also have that teardrop shape, and then there's sometimes there's a radial one. I don't have an example. Go on Google, you'll find them. They're a long, usually a silver bar you find on older electronics. They're a silver bar. They will maybe look kind of like the aluminum types, but instead of the two leads being on the bottom, it'll be one lead on one side, one lead on the other. You'll have that clearly marked plus, and frequently enough, they'll even have like a T. Aluminum caps, if you squeeze them with pliers, they will squeeze down. If it's tantalum and you squeeze it down on those radial types, if you squeeze down, they're not going to squeeze. So that's how you know. Those are on a lot of older electronics. In fact, give me 1 second. I think I might have one like right handy. And if I don't, then I was wrong. But I thought I saw one in here. Probably not, right? There we go. Here we go. It will look, oh boy. It will look something very similar to this, with our So we have a lead on one side, a lead on the other side, and our plus. So there you go. All right. If you haven't yet, go ahead and click down there to that subscribe button, and I'll keep coming at you with more of someone else's waste.